Hello, Mechwarriors. On this week's review, we're going to be doing the Ebon Jaguar EBJ-B. I've wanted to get one of these for so long, and I was so excited when the beach party came around. This was one of the first picks I got on the list that I absolutely had to have. It is a wonderful mech in one specific thing. There's one thing I wanted about this from years ago, and I keep forgetting to get it, and it's that it has a left ballistic weapon. The left ballistic weapon is pretty much the only reason I wanted it, because as everybody knows in the game, you can get a right ballistic weapon and ballistic weapons out on the arms. In fact, you can get ballistic weapons out on the arms with missiles, but you can't seem to get a left torso ballistic weapon. But that has all changed, because now I have the ESPRIT. And just like when I wanted to get the Sunspider ambush many years ago, because it has 4 energy points, 2 on each one of the torsos, this gives me something so I can build something even better. But let's just take a look in the test map what this looks like as far as on the battlefield. Here we find ourselves at River City, my city. In case you guys didn't know that, my real name is River. So as you can see, we have a speed of 81 kph. That's pretty standard. We have 2 ERPPCs, 2 Streak 6s, an Ultra AC5 on that left torso, so very coveted, and a medium pulse laser. Wow. And we're going to come over here to Harvey, and we're going to punish Harvey and see how fast it takes to kill him without exploding. So let's just go ahead and throw the override on.
Override engaged.
Hi, Harvey.
Target acquired.
So we're in range of all the weapons, and we can go ahead and start firing. Well, this is getting hot.
Left arm destroyed. Left arm critical damage. Right arm destroyed. ERPPC destroyed.
Wow.
SRM destroyed.
That's incredibly hot. Well, now we're down to a Ultra AC5 and a medium pulse laser. So
Target destroyed.
finally get the kill. Now, as I mentioned before, what makes this special is the left torso having that ballistic weapon. So what I want to do is I want to build a ballistic monster. So let's just talk about the meat and potatoes here. So the heat management is 1.17, which is terrible. It's not as bad as some of my other builds, but it's pretty damn close. Firepower is given as 52.4. Speed is 81. There are no jump jets because it's an Ebon Jag. And we have a mixed assortment of armor. Not even remotely close to the full armor potential that this mech is capable of. But what does make this special is it does have a UAC jam chance reduction. It has a ballistic cooldown. It has a missile heat generation reduction. It has heat also. We have a clan jam chance reduction in addition to this jam chance reduction, which is kind of redundant, but alright. Then we have an energy cooldown, and then we have a general cooldown. Now, as far as the mech goes, as far as structure and survivability goes, base armor, we're getting plus 10 to the center torso, plus 10 to the left and right torso, plus 15 to the left and right arm, and plus 7 to the legs. So that's a brief cursory over this, and I just wanted to glimpse over this really quickly. So the way this mech is set up, it could be so much better. What I would suggest doing is getting rid of this ER, or this medium pulse laser here, and put that into additional ammo for the UAC5, and then take the ammo for the streaks and put it in on the torsos here. Now, by doing that, you could get a little bit better on that regard there. If you want to take it a little bit further and save some tonnage, you could go with plasmas, and then that would give you additional ability to fire more often. You would also, more importantly, be able to up the armor. 22 reduction in the legs is terrible. 6 in the arms is tolerable. 2 here. None taken out of the head or the left or right torso, so that's kind of puzzling. But 18 armor in the rear, and then 16 and 16. Wow. I mean, that's horrible. That is just absolutely horrible in my opinion. So this build to me is just desperate for a makeover. So let me take you on to my build. This is my build. My build is taking that left torso and keeping it, and then going with an A torso on the right, and then we're going to go with the prime arms on both of these. Now, what are you going to get specifically out of this? Well, each one of these torso components is going to give you a ballistic cooldown of 10. So that's going to give you a cooldown of 40 on these weapons before you even get to the skills tree. And then when you go to the skills tree, right here, you're going to get 9.6 out of all of this right here. So that gives you a cooldown on the weapons of 49.6. And as far as these go, it doesn't look like it's a lot of damage, but trust me, it is. It is. So you have a heat management of 2 of 2, which is closer to like 2.5 of 2, realistically. You have full armor everywhere. And yes, this is what I really run in the rear of my armor. I welcome you guys to go out and try and kill me on the battlefield. It may work out in your favor, but probably won't. Firepower is 8. Not impressive, obviously. Speed is 87.1. This is obviously speed tweaked, and there is no jump jets on Ebon Jags. And as before, we do have a jam chance reduction and a clan jam chance reduction. But more importantly, we have 40 here, and then we still have really good armor all the way around. So it's the same armor as before. But what we're getting now with the skills tree is we're getting a huge ballistic cooldown on the overall weapon system here. Now, since we don't have any other weapons, there's nothing else really to talk about in that regard. So let me show you that same mech on the battlefield and show you how much faster it is to kill. As you can see, here we are on the run again. And now we're passing at 87.1, so we got a lot better speed. And though we have less firepower, theoretically, we'll see how this turns out. By the way, I will not be turning on the override, because override is not needed on this build. You are never going to get hot enough for it to even make a difference. I think the hottest I've ever gotten this thing up to is 10. And then it immediately
Target
cooled down
acquired.
instantly. So I'm just going to hold the buttons down, and we're going to fire and see how long it takes to kill. Hi, Harvey. Goodbye, Harvey. Sorry. That was quick. Yeah, that's how fast it takes. Just for fun, we're going to do that a little bit more. The left and right firing buttons of the arms. So, left, right, then button 3, the 2 up above. The reason for this is so that if I need to peek around a corner, I can definitely throw a weapon down range. But if I'm on a map like Forest Colony or Polar Highlands or Hibernal Rift, any place with lots of hills, I can poke over the top of the hill and of course, so a couple things that I did differently on this is I basically set this up to be a ballistic monster. The ESPRIT is absolutely that. So I went with 6.5 tons of ammo. I sacrificed 2 tons so that I could put it on a Mark II targeting computer. With the Mark II targeting computer, it's going to get me a little bit better convergence. It's also going to give me a little bit of zoom in on my targets because you don't have a slot here to put an advanced sensor package on here. So a Mark II is absolutely worth the 2 tons of wasted space. Mark I might also be good in a clan active probe. I don't know, but I'm going with the Mark II because I feel like it's going to give me what I need. Sensor range isn't really a big deal because I've mastered the sensor, the range of weapon that this has. So let's get down to the meat and potatoes again. So once again, clarify. 2 of 2, which is more like 2.5 of 2 or 2.3 of 2 or something like that. Full armor. Firepower is really good. Speed's a little bit better. And of course, we never get hot. That's the biggest thing here. I can't begin to tell you how important that is. So let's go to the skills tree and take a look at what's really going on here. So basically, this comes down to how fast I get to shoot these weapons, the range I get to shoot these weapons, how fast they travel with the fire. And as you can see, these have never even been touched. These are completely locked. There is no reason to do these whatsoever. I do recommend doing ammo capacity and LBX spread. It's going to give you a little bit tighter. Skeletal density, armor hardening, reinforced casing, absolutely a must. No overheat, damage protection whatsoever. You don't need it. You'll never use it. Kinetic burst, absolutely. Get that speed tweak, get that fast motion movement. If you want to trade out maybe a couple of these for an anchor turn or a hard break, that might be a bonus there as well, because then that way you can move around a little bit faster and, jump forward and backwards a little bit. It's kind of like a juke move and stuff. Seismic sensor, absolutely max that out. The target info gathering is also very useful as well, because it's going to help get you information about where they're damaged. Once you get that information on board, you might find out that they have a bad leg. One of the legs might be bad. And then you can go for that leg. And believe me, with the fast rate of fire you've got on these, you're going to be able to put that weapon down range really quickly. Next, we went with 2 artillery strikes and a UAV. Initially, I had this on here because I thought this might be a little bit on the toasty side, but I took it off. But otherwise, yeah, you can see this is all pretty much set up the same way. Now, if you want to sacrifice the range here, another thing you might want to consider adding on that might be a bonus would be radar deprivation and sensor range, and also target decay. So when we go back up to the mech lab, let's see what the skill tree did for us. So the skill tree is what it's really given us is we have a optimum range of 915 meters. So with 915 meters, we are doing full damage. That is astounding. We got a much better cooldown, so we have a 49.6 cooldown on the weapons. Maximum range is listed at over 2,300 or 2,200 and some change. Honestly, I don't think in terms of that. It is nice to reach out and touch people at that range, but ultimately what I really like to look at is the range difference between the two. So if you double the optimum range all the way out to, say, 1,800 meters, you have to figure you're going to be doing right around 1 damage for each one of these, but you're doing them really quickly, so it's actually going to add up in your benefit. So we also are getting projectile speed and projectile spread reductions. So all of those are going to give you a little bit more damage downrange. I actually was able to kill somebody that was out at 1,500 meters, and he was probably already pretty dinged up. But I managed to get the kill on him, and it said I had a KMDD, so I can't argue with that. The targeting computer, I still think, is an absolute must. The last thing that I did that's a little bit different is I changed the original paint scheme. I thought the paint scheme that this mech came with was horrible. Absolutely horrible. And so I went with this paint scheme here, and I think this looks really, really good. And you can see I even put the ESPRIT on the back and the symbol there. And I think this paint scheme just looks really dope. And by the way, if you're interested in this paint scheme, the Clan Galaxy pack is probably still on sale, $8. and you get these patterns that you can go with this guy here. And let me show you those patterns really quick. You come down here to the paint patterns. As you can see, I already own a couple here, but you get this paint pattern here. Let's just turn that sideways. You get this one, you get this one, this one, this one, the one I'm using, this one, which is really dope, and this one here where you can change these colors to basically 2 colors. You can have it black with like pink or red, and it'll automatically have some kind of a red flaking going on in it as well. It's really cool. I use this one quite a bit on a lot of my mechs. So you can go with that there, and then you can just make the scratch marks just about any color you want. Even that right there isn't so bad. That's actually pretty cool. And you can see that it changes the lines. Yeah, it's pretty dope. So anyway, I hope you like this build. I hope you have one of these already, and I just maybe have shown you some other things you can do to tweak this out so you can get just a little bit better. Check out the matches coming up, and I'll see you on the battlefield.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Target.
Contacts.
That's 3 down.
Critical damage. Right arm critical damage.
I did shitty.
I had 3 solo kills. Let's put Cadus on a hashtag.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal. Overall engaged.
On the surface, your task is to wipe away all hostiles. Show no mercy.
Cannon.
Left torso critical damage. New target acquired.
Thanks.
So much for the Apache.
Shit. We need help over here.
Target acquired.
Enemy forces at 75%.
Target destroyed.
Nice work.
New target acquired.
Charlie's up high, I believe.
Starting to chip away at us. Stay frosty.
Everyone's at D4. Oh.
Delta 4 contacts multiple. Get out of there if you can, I'm on the way. Oh, you're surrounded.
UAV activated. New target acquired.
Bring me Will Wheaton.
Need assistance.
We got a guy above us at Echo 4, and then the one around the corner at Echo 5.
Echo 5 dog.
Target spotted.
And the other two are above us.
Mark us down below.
Come on down, cowards. With one.
There's not two up there. The other one's down below. Right here. He just shot me. He's down at F4. He's down below.
Echo 4.
Target spotted.
Acquired.
I still have 189 shots left. Three KMDDs, 3 kills, 2 solo kills.
I did not do as good because I was trying to keep myself alive. And somehow I did.
The Fafner had top damage.
I put that UAV up and